The first thing that you have to do to be effective as a persuader, I think, is just listen.
I think that's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay. And when people feel like they're getting to share what is important to them, they already feel better. It's lighting up the right parts of the brain. It's allowing them to feel like they matter, like they're participating. And that's really, really powerful for people. What it also allows you to do is it allows you to identify major issues that you'll want to use as part of your persuasive appeal.
It's like a fancy Corona.
Ooh, let me get that.
Yeah. No, it's like a fancy Corona.
I kind of want to try that too.
Thing number 2 is find points of identification. If you and I cannot find some common ground, functionally, we're not going to move each other on things. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's fancy Corona.
You know, some of the value in finding something that you can speak to, which resonates with you and resonates with the other person, is that it puts the two of you, if only for a moment or if only for a topic, on an equal playing field, where you two understand each other's worldview, if only slightly more. Yeah, but that's a 4 for me.
Oh, it's 4 for you? That's fair.
Mm-hmm. But because I understand your worldview a little bit more and you understand my worldview a little bit more, now we have a similar place from which to start when we talk about an issue or an objective. Find some substantive piece of you and some substantive piece of that person where there is commonality. Because you took a Corona, which is a 3, and you fancied it up. So the third thing you should do is ask questions. Ask questions for 2 reasons. 1, to fucking clarify. The second reason you want to ask questions is because questions are a sign of good rhetorical faith. They show the other person that you're genuinely interested in their perspective, their ideas, their beliefs. Got it all gussied up to go to the ball? It's a 4. It's a sign of benevolence, respect, good faith, that I am genuinely interested in what it is that you're saying, and I want to know more about it.
Yeah.
It sets an emotional, socio-emotional playing field where we're on the same page at least a little bit more.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it might grow on me.
Thing number 4. Once you've listened, once you figure out where the two of you are kind of similar on this shit, and once you've asked some good questions, you've really pulled them into the conversation, let them elaborate, right? So now they're thinking through the thing, and they're telling you the thing, and they feel validated because you're digging, right? You're investigating.
I just like the distinctness of Corona makes me say,
yeah, that's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
And what it's doing is it's establishing a setting where you feel more comfortable now taking an argumentative or rhetorical risk with me, and I feel more comfortable taking
because you're 2 people talking. It's not this guy trying to convince me to do something.
That's absolutely right. I'm pro that because I've had other attempts at like fancy Corona. I'm looking at you, Land Shark.
But this is it.
Establish a setting in which people just feel more comfortable that they're willing to risk their ideas a little bit because now you've got some room to move. Which is why talking is the 4th thing in the step of 5 for me, right? And when you start talking, what you need to do is tell a coherent story. When you're making a suggestion, make a suggestion which has some coherence, which resonates with the other person's life experience or what you've identified with them, which integrates into their frame, their perspective in a weird way, right? We found common ground around this.
Like, I want this on tap at like Old Mexico.
Yes.
Oh my god, I would drink.
I want to sit on like a patio with some chips and like a TV
and dip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell a story for that person that integrates very nicely into how it is they feel about things or how they're seeing things, so that what you can also do there is you can give them something easy to digest. Then 5th and finally, this is where things get a little tricky. Now you have to start using your rhetorical jujitsu, your expertise, I should say, to determine when it is appropriate again to ask more questions or to talk more. And I want to.
Now you're just describing that. It's a 4 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now you're describing that.
See what I did there, folks? See what I listened to his rating. I asked him questions. Are you sure it's a 4? And then once he let his point be known,
he got me good.
Holy shit!
Slid right up in there with the. Let me tell you a story.
I am just saying that like it's a 3 by itself, but if it had some food with it, it would be a solid.
I want someone to play that back and then map it against the 5 steps that I gave you and tell me if I'm wrong.
To be clear, we were never saying that Spencer never convinced me to say or do super shit, because that's objectively not true.
Absolutely false.
That's pretty much the history of our friendship.
Anyway,
what are we talking about?
So this is...